When we structured our table, we added column groups to identify the information contained within a specific column. In addition to making our table more accessible, it is now also giving us styling hooks that we can use to style the individual columns. This can help users scan the data quickly and make the table more readable on the screen. In using column groups for styling, you need to be aware that older browsers offer varying degrees of support for call group styling. Thankfully, almost all modern standards-compliant browsers support it, so you can style with it in confidence. So here I have the Big Sur Trails file open, and we're going to pick up right where we left off. Our headers have been styled, but the table, well, not so much. And as a matter of fact, if we turn on live view, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Just sort of white, plain, nothing going on here. Okay, so we need to fix that. Once again, I'm going to collapse my Files panel, scroll down so I can see my table a little bit better, and I'm going to scroll down until I find my table styles. And again, they're right here, right above the spotlight styles. So those are the styles that we have been creating. Now, the first thing we're going to do is just apply an overall background color for our table. So I'm going to go back to my main table selector, main content, table.data. I'm going to go ahead and add a property to that, and I'm going to add the background property. And I'm going to go ahead and give that a background color of pound E1 D8 B9. So E1 D8 B9. And when you hit return, you'll see that's that sort of sand accent color that we've been using throughout the site. Okay, now I want to create some alternating columns here, and I'm going to do that by taking advantage of the call groups that we've made. Now, if you remember, and just to jog your memory, I'll switch over to split screen view for just a moment. If I go up, scroll through our tables, we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns within our column group: trail name, trail type, length, path, elevation, and rating. Well, we can take advantage of that by making alternating columns a different color than the background of our table. Since they're sitting on top of the table, their background color will overwrite the background of the table, giving us alternating columns. It's also going to make it a lot easier to scan and read the data in our table. Now, to do this, we're going to have to create an entirely new rule. So I'm going to go ahead and select the last rule of our table styling, which is the pound main content, table.data, TD, and I'm going to add a brand new CSS rule. Now, this one is indeed going to be a compound selector, and it's going to be a grouped selector. So we're going to type in pound main content space pound trail type. Trail type is one of the columns. I'm going to type in a comma, and then we're going to do pound main content space pound trail path. Another comma, and then one more, pound main content space pound trail rating. So that's going to be 3 columns that are going to have whatever styling we've applied to them. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and we're going to do a very simple style here. Just go to background, give it a background color of pound FFF, which of course is white. As soon as I click OK, I'll do a save all. Once again, Dreamweaver's design view, not a great job of previewing this. So we're just going to click on live view, scroll down, and we can see our alternating columns of text. Now, this gives us clear styling and distinction between the table data and the headers, and it makes reading the table data a little bit easier, especially when scanning vertically. By styling the column groups, we make wider and longer tables easier for the user to read and access the column data. We are, of course, not quite finished. While we've assisted people in helping access the vertical data from the table, we now need to turn our attention to helping access the horizontal data. We'll tackle this by creating some custom borders to give added division and structure to our data.